Hey guys, good morning, good day. What a beautiful day today is. I am grateful that I am awake and alive and happy and healthy, and I'm surrounded by loved ones and family, and I got this good old oxygen, and I'm feeling great, and I'm not sick with this pandemic stuff, this virus that's going around, and blah, 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 blah. I'm just living a good life. I'm just living a great life, an amazing, spectacular life. You see that? Starting your day off like that is amazing. I'm telling y'all. Think of 5 things that you're grateful for. Hello. And put the reminder in your phone or journal it. Bring it back to somewhere that you can refer to it throughout the day. And then at the end of your day, I want you to review everything that happened throughout the day that you're grateful for. All the positive things, all the wonderful, amazing things, even the little things, the smallest of things. Because if you can do 5 things you're grateful for, you could do 5 different things at night. And then you make it 10 a day. And then you keep on expanding until next thing you know, you're just pointing out things throughout the day. It becomes a second nature, a routine for you to be like, you know what? I'm so grateful that I got this car. I'm so grateful I was able to afford to pay these bills. I'm grateful that I was able to get this drink, or, that's not healthy for the body, but I'm grateful that I was able to, go Christmas shopping for my family, or, if you celebrate Christmas, or however, gift giving, or I was able to work at a shelter and help people, or give food to the homeless. Who knows? You start looking at the positive things and everything. So, or you can say, at least I'm not in a bad situation or in a worse situation. I'm grateful for that. Thank you. So that's all for that. Today's episode is going to be about meditation. It's basically a meditation check-in. So, I was speaking about meditation before I went on my hiatus, my last hiatus. But yeah, I kind of always touch back on meditation at some point. And I keep bringing it back up because it is crucial. It is vital to my health. It is vital to my mental stability, my strength. It is such a strong form of self-care. I think everyone should meditate at least once a day. There are a lot of preconceived notions and a lot of biases and stereotypes on meditation. I feel like, I have addressed this in a past videos, in a specific past video, actually. So I will link that below. But I feel like a lot of people think when you meditate, you can't think about anything. And that's not what meditation is. Meditation is you're able to see the thought and let it pass. See the thought, have the thought, and let it pass. Observe the thought and let it pass. Just let it go. You don't have to dwell on it. You don't have to let it control you. You just see it. Oh, okay. And it goes away. And it's gone. So, now that's what everyday passing thoughts. When it comes to meditation, like deep meditation, sometimes deep meditation will bring up it will unearth some problems up in the subconscious of yours that you've probably been trying to disregard or hide or file down in that subconscious file cabinet, archive. Yeah, no, it's going to bring it back up and you're going to have to address it. There are times meditation has gotten way too real for me and I stopped, but then I had to think about it like, let me go back in it. Between meditation and hypnosis, and I'll do another video on hypnosis, between those two, it's like, woo, Lord, have mercy. Like, get me together then. Get me together. So, but I'm happy and I'm grateful that I have the tools and I have that power to do so and to heal myself and to go through that mental healing. And, it hurt when I went through it. But on the other side of that, I came out way better and way more at peace and more lax and more healthy and more happy. So, my timer is going off and I just saw one of my angel numbers. But, so I know I'm on the right path. So, but yeah, so meditation, for a while, this is a check-in, so I'm going to tell you about my meditation journey recently. For a while, I slowed down. I slowed down on it dramatically and drastically. I was down. I still did it, but it wasn't nearly as often, not daily. It definitely wasn't daily. It was like once a week. And especially during this pandemic, it got real. Things got real. But then during the pandemic also made me realize, like, to keep my sanity, I had to meditate. I really had to meditate because I was going to lose it. And then, of course, I spoke on my mom getting sick with the virus and everything. So that was a lot. And I learned that I needed to meditate through that. I needed to channel my energy. I needed to let those thoughts come, address them, and then let them go. And so I can make sure that I'm not running on autopilot, but carrying stress on my body. Because when I carry stress on my body, I get ill. When everyone carries stress on their bodies, you compromise their immune system. There's that. So you don't want to get sick. You don't want to make yourself more ill. You don't want to end up with anything that you don't want. Honestly, you want to live in a healthy, abundant, prosperous lifestyle and mindset. So we're going to make sure that we stay healthy. And that means addressing the issues that we have within ourselves. Meditation helps with that. So I slowed down for a while, but then I realized it and I doubled down. So now I meditate 3 times a day. That's my preference. I don't always meditate 3 times a day, but I do at least meditate once a day. Meditation at least once a day is a non-negotiable for me. It is absolutely non-negotiable. I need that personal time at some point in the day. I will fit it in the morning when I first wake up or during lunchtime. I work at a school, preschool, so, Head Start, early Head Start. So when the kids are down for nap time, I'll sit there and I'll meditate for a while. Or I come home and before I go to sleep, I'll meditate. After my daughter goes to sleep, I'm going to wake up in the middle of the night and meditate. And sometimes I meditated myself back to sleep. Yeah. It happens. But yeah, it was just, it's become addicting. I love it. And this is what I consider a good addiction. I'm not like meditation crazy. Like I don't, addiction has a negative connotation, but, I really love it and it really does positive things for me. So a few methods that I want to revisit because I spoke about it. And one thing that I do want to bring up is that book, Stress Less, Accomplish More by Emily Fletcher. No, this is not an affiliate link. No, this is not a marketing thing. No, I'm not sponsored by anybody. This book has genuinely helped me out with different meditation styles and making sure I really get the basic foundation of meditation with the real experiences. Like you have good days, you have bad days, you have good moments and sessions, and sometimes you don't have so good moments and sessions. It happens. It happens. You just have to let it flow and let it go and try again next time, but don't give up on it. So Emily Fletcher, Stress Less, Accomplish More. I will, however, post my Audible link to it. So if you get it, I think I get something out of it. I don't remember. But yeah, I'll post my Audible link to it if you guys prefer Audible. I know I do. I love to read, but I don't always have the time for it. Or I don't always make the time for it. Let me rephrase that. So yeah, I use Audible and I listen to it doing whatever. Especially when working out, using Audible is amazing. And again, this is not sponsored by Audible or anybody or whatever. This is just my personal clear view recommendation. So Stress Less, Accomplish More by Emily Fletcher. If you want the baseline of meditation, that is a great beginner's book. It's a great intermediate book, actually. I feel like you can learn a lot. Everyone can learn a little bit about it from there. But especially if you're a beginner, you'll learn a lot. So here's some methods that I still use. One of them, I use the number 1 to center myself. This is something that Emily Fletcher speaks about in the book. Sometimes we do go on tangents. We do that in conversations. I know y'all have seen me do that in these videos. So sometimes my mind goes on a tangent and I'm like way left field when I should be centered. So it'll start like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, what am I going to make for dinner later? Oh, yeah, that was good. Maybe I should make this. Ooh, I want a corned beef sandwich. Ooh, bread basket. I haven't had them in a while. No, I lose is better. Yeah, I'm gonna get it on an onion roll with Swiss and American cheese and some mustard. Okay, we looking at some stuff now. Ooh, maybe I should go to Asian corned beef and get a corned beef egg roll and a corned beef sandwich. And maybe that's too much corned beef. That's too much bread too. I shouldn't get fried foods. And then it's like, I'm off. I'm way off. One. And don't say it out loud, just say it in your head. But this is my thought process, so I'm saying it out loud to y'all. But and then you center yourself, and with that one, you bring yourself back. You just bring yourself back each time you say it. And then eventually that'll quiet all the noise in your head, and then you go back to just breathing and being. At some point, I feel like this is useful for everybody, but at some point, it gets to a point where you get deep enough into meditation that you are no longer you. You are no longer recognized as a person in your head. You don't feel your body. You don't hear all the outside noise. You just become one with everything, and you become pure consciousness. I think that is what transcendental meditation is, as a matter of fact. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's what it is. But I've experienced that no more than 3 times in my life. And it has been absolutely like life-changing. Life-changing. You hear me? I've gotten close to where it's like, okay. And then I'll snap out of it, or something will jolt me awake, or, something like that. But it's like, oh my goodness, like seriously, transcendental meditation, or getting that deep into it where you are just pure consciousness. It brings you, it creates more of a relationship. I feel like I got closer to God. I got closer to the universe. I got closer with the ether. I started getting ideas. My intuition got stronger. Every time I meditate, my intuition gets stronger. I'm more in tune with what's going on around me. I'm more in tune with more people. I feel like I can predict a lot more things because I just get this intuitive feeling. And not to bring up the astrology thing, but I'm a Cancer. I'm 28 minutes from being a Leo, but I still got Cancer in me, baby. And we are very intuitive creatures. So, but it's not just the astrological sign, your horoscope, that tells whether you're intuitive or not. It's the work you put in. It's how aware are you? How conscious are you? Basically, be one with the universe. And this really centers us so that we can be one with the universe, and that we get all our thoughts out, watch them, let them pass, and then it quiets our minds so that we can hear. We can hear more than we speak. And that's when the gold mines come. That's when those brilliant ideas come. That's when you just come out of it and you're like, life is good. Life is amazing. It's beautiful. And you don't have any complaints. That's astounding. Like, seriously. So I use number 1 to center myself. That was one of the methods I still use. When I'm upset, I still use this method. I believe that was Emily Fletcher who spoke on this. But when you're upset, you roll your tongue and you breathe in and out with your tongue. So it's like when you're hot-headed, as they say. When you get upset, you feel hot. You feel that heat flash. You like, You get flustered. Your skin get all flushed. Yeah. Sorry, I thought somebody was at my door, y'all. But you roll your tongue and you bring in that cool air, and then you exhale that cool air, and it cools your body down. It cools your head down. You bring oxygen to your brain, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it's kind of funny. You're like, I know I look crazy as hell in here. this has happened several times to me in the car on the road, because I get about a road rage for a minute, and somebody will do something so extraordinarily stupid and irresponsible and reckless, it would drive me crazy. And when I have my daughter in the car, I do not play none of that. So I'm like, but I want to yell a whole bunch of expletives at them and give them the finger and all that stuff. But what does that do in the long run besides incite a riot and probably catch me a case in front of my baby? Like, I can't do it. So, you know, I breathe, I center myself, and I move on, and I'm good. So I definitely still do that method, the roll of the tongue method. And then I exhale more than I inhale. So I inhale, well, usually through my nose. So I literally empty all of the oxygen out of my stomach, all of it. And you do a shorter inhale than you do exhale. You want to exhale more out, get all the carbon dioxide out your body. But by doing that, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So the parasympathetic nervous system is responsible for resting your body, starting up digestion again, and causing relaxation and rest. When your body wants to digest things, that means there's nothing that's a threat. It's not stressed. When you're stressed out, when you're tense, that's the sympathetic nervous system. It starts turning on your fight or flight. It shuts down digestion. It shuts down your saliva. Your immune system gets suppressed. All of that. Because who cares if you catch a cold or a virus if you're not going to make it through the day or the moment? Fight or flight. So you're worried about whatever stress you have, and you want to get out of that threat. That's the sympathetic nervous system. So you want to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So, you know, if, you know, back in our hunter-gatherer days or whatever, you know, we running from a threat, whatever, and then you get safe, and you're like, whew, like, that was a close one. And then, you know, you can breathe better. Then your saliva starts producing, your body starts digesting, you know, your immune system pops back up. You're good. You're more relaxed. So that's where you want to be, and that's what you want to activate, your parasympathetic nervous system. And exhaling more than you're inhaling means that you're relaxing. If you inhale and take short breaths or more inhales, you're trying to, essentially, you do that when you run. Take those big breaths. You're trying to get more so you can stamina. So just remember that you exhale more to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, and you inhale more when you activate your sympathetic nervous system. Sorry, I had a moment. So, you know, I told you, yeah, I do it 3 times a day. I try to do it 3 times a day. So in the morning when I wake up, during nap time for the kids, and at night, or I may wake up in the middle of the night and I say, you know what, I want to meditate. And I'll lay in a bed and meditate. But I feel better when I sit up, back straight, and I'll have my hands on my lap and feet flat, and I just sit there and I breathe, and I just listen to whatever is around me. And that's one thing that Emily Fletcher speaks on to, being present with everything that's around you, so that your meditation is an experience. You're like one with everything around you. It's so beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful. She has you go through a series of questions at the beginning, and then you start getting into the actual meditation. And then at the end of your meditation, you start going into manifestation, because manifesting it works almost seamlessly when you are in a state of meditation. Meditation, manifestation. At the end of that, because you are able to focus. and you can visualize without interrupted thoughts and all the other BS going on in everyday thoughts in life. You slow down so you can manifest what you truly want. You visualize what you truly desire. So the meditation is like a whole experience. It's a whole journey. I love it. I enjoy it so much. And I feel like everybody should do that. And you'll really become one with your thoughts and be more in tune with yourself, your likes, your wants, your desires, your whys, your reasons behind doing everything, how you feel, your insecurities, your childhood traumas, your adult traumas, your stressors, your relaxers, everything. Everything will come to surface in your head once you meditate. And you start to really realize, like, okay, this is what I know about me. This is what I don't know about me. And then what you don't know starts to surface, and you'll figure it out. You will figure it out. I'm going to tell you that much now. So I want us to get into some of the science. You know, I already spoke about the parasympathetic nervous system as opposed to the sympathetic nervous system and the breathing techniques to get to both. But one thing I wanted to say was some other benefits of meditation. Science-wise, it extends the telomeres in your body. So the telomeres are a part of your DNA. Well, it's a part of the DNA strand. It's at the end of your chromosomes, and it protects your DNA from being damaged. When you meditate, you can, well, let me start by saying this. Your telomeres shorten every time the cell divides. So when you meditate, you extend the length of your telomeres. Therefore, you're protecting more of your DNA. Therefore, you are extending your life. Let me repeat that. When you meditate, you are extending the telomeres. And I'm not talking about just one time. I'm talking about like you're a chronic meditator. You do this for the long term. And the science has shown that if you are a regular meditator and you do this for prolonged periods of time, it will extend your telomeres that usually shorten when your cell divides. And telomeres are indicative of your lifespan, or of your health. So when your DNA gets damaged, it's because your telomeres are shortened. You want to lengthen those telomeres. You want to make sure they're nice and long so it protects your DNA strands and the chromosomes in them. So you extend those telomeres when you meditate. That should be enough right there. Like, yeah, extend my life, please. Make sure I'm healthy. So that's one. Another one is it creates a larger amount of gray matter in your brain, in the frontal lobes and the hippocampus. So when you regulate your emotions, that's what the hippocampus does. You can regulate your emotions better. You're in a more positive mood most of the time. Better emotional stability all around together. So basically regulating, but stability is different from regulation, I would say, because, you know, words mean things, but you're more stable. You don't get as riled up as much, you know, and you can stay at a nice baseline, a content baseline, because, you know, at the end of the day, a lot of this shit does not matter. A lot of the little things that you go through in life that may rile you up before you meditate, you realize, it's petty. It's no sweat off my back. I'm not worried about it. So that's how I've learned to look at a lot of things. Now, granted, I'm not perfect. No one is. So things still get to me. But now it's like, okay, I don't mind doing extra work. I don't mind going the extra mile. I don't mind somebody taking a couple jabs at me or whatever every now and again, because, and I don't mean that literally. I mean figuratively. You know, taking shots, talking smack, throwing shade. Because if you throw a couple jabs at me, I'm not just going to let you hit me. I'm going to let you know that right now. Got my chi, but I'll knock you out. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, I'll take some of that, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter in my personal life. In my long-term goals, in my grander scheme of things, That little comment doesn't matter. That person probably doesn't matter. They don't play a significant role in my life. They're not a co-star. They're like an extra. They're going to be here now, here today, gone tomorrow, living their life, doing their own thing. I'm the star of my movie, of my life, and I have my cast with me, and then we have extras. You're an extra, I don't care. Don't care. It's not important in the grand scheme of things. So, and meditation gives you, the increase in gray matter in your brain gives you heightened focus. Because honestly, you're literally practicing focusing when you're meditating. You sit there, you have to keep your body still, embrace silence, and then you focus. So that transfers everywhere. When you got to focus on that school project or on that work project, on that assignment you got to do, on whatever, you can focus. And on top of that, you can focus in like tunnel vision focus. Like you can hear a lot of chaos going on around you, because I've worked in offices where there are no cubicles. It's just open space. And it can get extremely hard to focus in those kind of environments, because you got a conversation going on here, right across from you. Hey, yo, Andrea. Hey, let me tell you about such and such. Oh, do you know such and such? Then you get emails, then you get phone calls and blah, blah, blah. You can't focus and stay in tune with yourself and with your work or whatever you're trying to focus on. So you learn to cut out all the distractions. Be like, tunnel vision, let me get it done. And then you're like, oh, hey, what's up? You can converse and have conversations and socialize after that. But for that moment, oh no, you focus. You're focused. And yeah, that's basically it. I wanted to reiterate how strong my intuition has gotten, how beneficial meditation is for everyone, how I feel like everyone should learn how to meditate, because honestly, it's just amazing. It is absolutely beautiful, and I love it. It'll bring so much peace to you, and that's all we all need, peace, especially in the way, I don't know, well, it seems like the world, but especially this country is very divided. People are angry. People are miserable, yo. People are absolutely miserable, and they wish harm upon other people. They want people to suffer just because of the hell of it, or because they suffered. They want to pass on generational curses. They hate people because of a way they look or they act or they feel. But I thought at the end of the day, we all want to be loved and accepted and be prosperous and abundant and have our families taken care of and our loved ones taken care of and all that jazz. You don't have to cause harm and hurt and pain and trouble and strife to other people just to get that. That comes with being great. You put out karma, you get karma. Whatever you put out, you're going to get back double. And I like to say, whatever you put out, you get back tenfold, honestly. So make sure whatever you put out in the world is positive, is full of love, is full of pure intentions, and watch it come back to you. I've seen it happen time and time again, and especially since I've been meditating harder and more frequently, I've seen it happen almost immediately. I've seen my manifestations happen immediately. Like immediately. So I want you guys to realize that this shit is real. We are powerful creatures. We are the most powerful creatures on earth. Maybe not strength-wise. Some of us, yeah. But most of us, no. But this brain of ours, this wonderfully developed, complex brain of ours gives us so much power. It's written in scripture and in damn near every religious text you can think of. And we have that power. We have the power to manifest. We have the power to create. This world is created by humans. Like, we have the power of flight. We created technology to record on and talk on. I have a ring. I have a ring that tracks my sleep cycles, my heart rate variability, my activity, my steps for the day. or a ring, get one. But we are amazing creatures. So just utilize that. Take care. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Miss Poetic08. Share this if you found it useful to somebody else. Love you. Sending lights. Ciao.